So there's an article here on Bounding into Comics. Benedict Cumberbatch claims in a new interview he thought Doctor Strange was a dated, sexist character. This was a couple days ago. He recently claimed that before he accepted the role of Doctor Strange, he believed he was a dated, sexist character. I guess it was an interview he gave with Esquire. He asked if they asked him if Marvel approached him about the role. He said, yes, they did. He said, I kind of had my doubts about it just from just going into the comic. I thought this was a very dated, sexist character. Honestly, I'm a little surprised he would throw the sexist part in there. I figured he would try to tie up the whole, or try to tie into the whole, hey, this is cultural appropriation or some other type of bullshit. Because the thing is, I like Cumberbatch as an actor. I think he does a good job as Doctor Strange. I think Sherlock is okay. I was more of a fan of like Johnny Lee Miller's version of Sherlock in the Elementary TV series. But whatever. It's like I think he's a good actor. He's done various other movies and stuff. They've done a good job. But he has a history of saying stupid things like this, like virtue signaling bullshit. So I remember a couple years ago, he made a claim that he wasn't going to take any more movie roles or unless his female co-star was paid the same. It's like, yeah, bullshit, dude. Show us the proof or shut the fuck up, okay? But then like with this, it's like a very dated sexist character. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, man, fuck out of here with that stuff. It's ridiculous. It's just, it's like, what? Why would you virtue signal like this? It's like no one's sitting there, oh God, hey, you're such a good guy. It's like your fans are still going to like you no matter what. Although at the same time, you can sit there and argue, well, people on the fence about him, this would make you not like him. Because it's like, come on, dude, you're shitting on him. It's like you're shitting on your character and stuff. Besides the fact, like, why would you think that even if Doctor Strange was a dated sexist character, what makes you think that they were going to do that in the movies? I mean, I don't get it. But whatever. And of course, he goes on, Taiki Waititi. He's talking about their directors are very tied into the house style. And it's like, yeah, no kidding. Marvel has a very house style. No character can be serious. You can't have any serious moments because somebody's got to crack a fucking joke. Which I mean isn't all the time, of course, but just too many times a character, not just Tony Stark, because it works with Tony Stark, but too many times the characters had to just make some kind of fucking joke when they were having like an earnest, heartfelt moment. But anyway, I'm not a big fan of Taiki Waititi, not only just because of things he said when he was talking about some of the various, things he was talking about with like the new Thor movie and everything. I forget the exact quote, but it was something like, I'm gonna fuck your whatever the hell it was. Something about fucking up your preconceived notions and all this kind of stuff. Plus also, he's one of those guys where it's like, damn, you can't have a serious fucking moment. Because the son of a bitch gotta have 900 fucking jokes in there. I got a friend of mine in the Thor Ragnarok. Spoiler, I guess, even though I'm sure if you're at all interested, you've already seen the movie. But at the end, when Asgard gets destroyed, there's a part where they're all in the ship and stuff, and they're kind of watching, and they just turn it into a big fucking joke, and they're watching. Well, at least the pillars are still up, guys. Not to go into too much stuff, but basically there's a guy who's wrecking everything, destroying everything, a villain, and just the way they played it was just like, hey, at least that's still up, and then it gets destroyed immediately. Never mind, or something like, or whatever that lady says, and it's like, again, you can't have a heartfelt moment with this shit because this fucking clown's gotta be making jokes all the time. It's like, what? Shut the fuck up and let the thing play out. How about that? But anyway, I also wanted to talk about real quick. They have an article on Bounding the Comics that says Disney Plus only adds 2 million new subscribers. Average monthly revenue falls. Look, maybe I'm just too optimistic, but I look at like only. I mean, it's like, hey, man, you add 2 million new subscribers. They could be losing subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, it's isn't that a good thing? That they're adding, people. It's like, yeah. Now, of course, I know why they put it this way. Because let's see, yeah, it was in their last quarter. It was only an increase of 2.1 million from their quarter 3 earnings report. But their average monthly revenue went from 412 or went to $4.12 from $4.16. Now, in the previous quarter, they had increased subscribers. Or no, wait, from the previous year. I mean, they had increased subscribers by 44.5 million. That's a 60% increase. See, that should be the headline. Instead of saying Disney Plus only adds 2 million new subscribers, it should say, hey, they've added 44.5 million subscribers in a year. You know what I mean? Like, it's the kind of thing where it's like, why do you they of course they want to phrase it where they try to make it out like, oh, it's such a terrible thing, but they fucking added 44.5 million people in a year. I mean, now they also mentioned Netflix stuff here. It talks about let's see, their direct revenue, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. Or they mentioned here it is. And Netflix reported back in October that they added 4.4 million subscribers, bringing their total to 213 million. So Netflix has almost 100 million more subscribers. Now they've been out a lot longer, been around a lot longer. So it's like Disney will likely continue to grow. I don't know if they'll ever catch Netflix or when or what, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, they talk about how they grew revenue, blah, blah, all that kind of shit. That kind of stuff. It's like, unless you're an investor, which I actually have some stock in some of these various companies and like Hollywood based and everything. Because it's like, hey, it's like shit. If they're gonna, not much though. I mean, I'm not trying to make it out like I've got a ton or anything like that. But anyway, but it's just the kind of thing where it's like they I'm not a big fan of when they tried. Oh, they only added 2 million subscribers, but they added 44.5 million in a year. So it's pretty damn good. It's like I get that you're not a big fan of Disney, so you're like, hey, fuck them guys. But still, it's the kind of thing where it's like, you gotta give them their due. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be real about this stuff. You gotta tell the whole story. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I've already gone over 7 damn minutes. It's freaking crazy. I can't believe I went that long. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good one.